Right. Good morning. Yet again, the live clicked off a few minutes ago. It just went kabooey on here, and apparently my laptop was updating, so we're back at it again. So I'm gonna have to delete the one that's on on YouTube, everyone. So we're talking about Black History Month. Black History Month goes from February 1st all the way to February 28th. Some may say May 1st. March 1st. Everyone. Black History is year round, and also to make you aware that June is Black Music Month. So keep that in mind that Black History is talked about in February and Black Music Month is in June. How did I know? I learned that some years ago about what Black Music Month. But some Black Music Month goes from June 1st through June 30th. Everyone, and we're gonna do a segment on that this year too. But we're gonna make Black History webinar an annual thing. I haven't did it in the last few years due to personal reasons and grief and everything else. But we're bringing Black History back to the platform, everybody. Again, my name is Pastor Johnson. I founded On Time Ministry, which was established in August of 2020, everybody. And we have numerous of ministries that we are embarked on. We have Women United Ministries, we have Ladies United Ministries, Gentlemen United Ministries, Young Males United Ministry, the Love Ministry, and the primary ministry, On Time Ministry, is the foundation of all the ones that follow along, everybody. And this is our Black History webinar. And we're going to share this webinar throughout the entire ministries, and we're streaming live here on Instagram this morning, everybody. So the first person that we'll be speaking about today on Time Ministry is Dr. Charles Hamilton Houston, the first Black editor of Howard Law Review. Charles Hamilton Houston went to Amherst and taught English at the Howard University before attending Harvard Law School, where he would make history. Houston started law school in the fall of 1919 and in 1922. He became the first Black editor of the Harvard Law Review. As a lawyer, he went on to play a role in the majority of the civil rights cases before the Supreme Court between 1930 and the Brown versus Board of Education in 1954. In fact, his work working to dismantle the Jim Crow law, earning him the name the man who killed Jim Crow. So this is a picture of Mr. Dr. Charles Hamilton Houston here, right here to your right, everybody. And we're spotlighting him today. We'll have a little bit more description about this young man as we go further along into our webinar today. So we are tooting our hats up to you, Dr. Charles Hamilton Houston. All right. The next one we're spotlighting today is Gordy Parks. Many of you know the movies that he, was taking part in. So here's the background history about Gordy Parks. First Black director of Hollywood studio film, Gordy Parks did not begin his career as a filmmaker until he was 55. After a long career as a photographer and a writer, in fact, he was the first Black staff photographer at Life magazine. Parks signed a contract to make 1969 movie The Learning Tree, earning him a place in the history as the first director of Hollywood studio films. Many of you may have seen it. The Learning Tree was Cicely Tyson played the teacher and the students and whatnot that she was teaching in it. Very phenomenal movie, I should say. I've watched it once, and I really enjoyed how the part was played and how the setting and the plot and the addressing of the topic that was spoke about. I'm going to share a link to show you, the board, how to say the cover page of the Learning Tree, and you can watch it at your early convenience at your time. It just really absorb what was talking about. Park followed the follow-up movie foods, including The Shaft, one of the first blacklist films. Filmmakers like Spike Lee and John Singleton have referred to Park's achievement as inspired for his own career. Singleton directed the 2000 remake of Shaft, starring Samuel L. Jackson. All right, many of you seen the original with Richard Roundtree and Shaft, and then Shaft did another one with Shaft called Big Score. I'm a big Black movies fan, and I really enjoy the irony of looking at Black culture and the things and the environment that is spoken about on that matter. Today we spotlight Gordy Parks for his great achievement in his his role in the part of the gifts and talents that he had poured into each and every one of our lives. The next one we're spotlighting today on Time Energy is Marla. Let me see if you can't really see it from Instagram. I'm going to pull it back some. Marla Anderson, the first Black artist to join the Metropolitan Opera. Born in Philadelphia, Marla Anderson was a staple at her church choir, starting at a very young age. She traveled around with her choir performing, which led to increased nurturing in the community. Other churches asked her to sing at their events, including the National Baptist Convention in 1919. When Anderson was unable to afford formal training, her church held a fundraiser to get the necessary funds. Anderson gained national notoriety in 1939 when she performed to audition of 75,000 from the Lincoln Memorial on Easter Sunday. The performance came after she has been denied a stage at D.C.'s Constitutional Hall by the Daughters of American Revolution because of the color of her skin, a decision that led to the First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt resigning from the group. In 1955, Anderson joined the Metropolitan Opera, the first Black artist to join the company. We salute you, Marla Anderson, for being the first Black artist to join the Metropolitan Opera, everybody. All right, we have one more we're spotlighting. We're spotlighting today Ruth Sims, as you see to your right. First Black Ivy League president. During her undergrad education at Wesley College, Ruth Sims viewed this institutional president Margin Clapp as a proof that women could obtain leadership positions. After continuing her education in France on the Fulbright Fellowship and later at Harvard, where she received her PhD, some continued to work in education. Starting in 1983, Sims worked at a university across the country, including the University of Southern California, Spelman, and Princeton. Simmons became the first woman to be the president of an Ivy League institution, which, when she became president of the Brown in 2001, she stepped down in 2012, but is still a professor at the university. Today, we spotlight you, Ruth Simmons, for your hard work and dedication. So we have a little bit more background in terms of everybody we spoke about today. Ruth Simmons was born as Ruth Jean Stepfield, July 3rd, 1945, is an American professor and a chief administrator. Ruth Jean stopped by July 3rd, 1945, was born in Gatlin, Texas, USA. Her spouse is Norman Alonzo, and she has two children. The education is Baylor University, BA, and Harvard University, MA, with a PhD. All right. The next one we're talking about is Marla Anderson. She was born February 27th, 1897, and passed on April 8th, 1993. Was an American conqueror. She performed a wide range of music for operation to spiritually, okay, spiritually. So Marla Anderson again was the first Metropolitan Opera singer to be, presented in this aspect. The next one we're talking about is Gordon Roger Alexander Beacon Park. He was born November 3rd, 1912, and passed in March 7th, 2006. Was the American photographer, composer, author, poet, and film director. So Gordon Parks did a lot of different things. He was a photographer, a composer, an author, a poet, and a film director. And again, he was born 1930 to 1912 and passed in March 7th, 2006. We'll put him around 17. He's been gone for about 17 years. He's been gone. And the hard work and dedication of movies, like I said, he did Chef. He did the filmmaking of The Learning Tree, which Cicely Tyson partaked in. And he was born in Manhattan, New York City, US. He had children. All right. And photographer, composer, author, poet, and film director. Two children, Roy Park Jr., Jay Park, Leslie Campbell Parks, and Tony Park Parsons. All right. So those are his one kids here. The last one we're speaking about again is Dr. Charles Houston, which was born September 3rd, 1895. And first special counsel or a legislative director, which is a lawyer. But everyone we talked about today They had a major part in the role they had played. The first one, it was an American professor and was the first Ivy League to lead. He stepped down in 2012 and continued professor at that university. Second one we talked about was the first Black to be in the Metropolitan Opera profession. Also, the third one was, like I said, Gordy Parks, and his position was a photographer before he became a filmmaker and a filmmaker in the different parts that he talked about. Filmmaker aspect, the photographer, the composer, author, and all those different aspects. And the last one we talked about again is Dr. Charles Hamilton Houston and his part in being a lawyer and the part that he played in the role. So we spotlighted four today on this Black History content that we're sharing for the remainder of the month of February. We'll be on later on this week, everybody, to share more content of the four people that were spotlighted. So we're going to do more. We're going to do another segment this upcoming week. I'll post a flyer with you all to let you know the four people that were spotlighted to make up last week's segment of the Black History content or Black History webinar that we're sharing, everybody. So I just want to encourage you all to be aware and learn these things because it's going to help us in the long run. This is very important information that I'm sharing with you all. And last but not least, the grand finale. And it talks about that. Thank you for tuning in and see you next week. Thank you all for tuning in to our Black History webinar, everyone. I pray that you were blessed by it and everything that goes on. Again, will be on this week to make up from last week's of the spotlight. Four more people. We're doing this to educate everybody about the importance of what people have embarked in our lives, what they have made roadways for us to walk into. We're going to be encouraged, we're going to be empowered, we're going to be lifted, and we're going to learn a lot doing this Black History webinar. Again, I'll be on at 3:30 p.m. to celebrate our achievement of reaching our 21 days fasting and praying, everybody. I pray that you to yeah, continue to have God in the center of everything after today. And I pray that you learn a lot during the 21 days fasting and praying, everybody. I love you all. God bless you. Again, I'll be on at 3:30, and we're not gonna be ain't gonna be on that long, more than 30 minutes for that celebration of just giving God praise and thanks for all you have done. I love you all. God bless you all. Have a terrific day. You can always watch the replay of the Black History content as well as today's sermon. And again, Bible study is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. and I'll be on again at 3:30 for about 30 minutes to just have a Thanksgiving prayer. All right. I love you all. God bless you again. Thank you all for tuning in and have an amazing